going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mandalorian Weekly, the show where I review the Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian. Today we're talking about episodes 3 and 4. I fucked up. I was going to do the review on episode 3.
Then I went to a birthday party, and then some other shit came up, and then the holidays have been crazy, and it's just,
So I'm just going to do a video of 3 and 4.
The Mandalorian bi-weekly.
Anyway, first, let's talk about episode 3. So the episode begins and Mando's returning Baby Yoda to the general guy. Even when he was bringing Baby Yoda back, I was like,
he's not really gonna just leave him there and never come back.
we all know either he's gonna leave him there and go back for him, or he's just gonna leave with him during the scene. Like, he's not leaving Baby Yoda there forever. No fucking way. The general is so dope. He is my favorite character in this entire show. He has that dead look in his eyes. Like, look at it. Look at the dead look. You know what I mean? Like, the way he delivers his lines, his accent, like Werner
Herzog? I don't know, I'm gonna throw it up here.
He's a great actor, and I love that character. Every time he pops up on screen, I get giddy. I don't think we're gonna see him really again. Well, maybe we'll see him again.
Maybe. Yeah, we probably will. I like him a lot.
So then he goes back and he uses the
metal that he gets paid in.
The fuck is it called?
I can't remember. He uses that, he gets new armor. Dope as shit. And they have this really cool scene where all the other Mandalorians come in and they're basically talking about like what's going on, like they can only go out one at a time.
This is the way.
Just really like how that whole scene went down. They have that big Mandalorian who ends up fighting with Mando.
I'm just gonna call him Mando,
They're clearly upset that this Mandalorian is getting to go out there more often, you know what I mean? Then he gets back on the ship, and I can't remember if the flashback happened on the ship. I'm pretty sure it did. They have that flashback again, back to where he was a kid. You see those droids from the prequels? You guys recognize that? These droids? And they were menacing. They weren't really silly like they were in the prequels. They were kind of silly in the prequels, but they seemed like
that thing was scary as shit.
they're hiding away, and the droid opens the thing, goes to shoot him. Now, here's my prediction about that scene. I think there's 3 possibilities as to who saves them.
When that droid opens the thing, is about to shoot the fuck out of him.
I think it's either going to be the Mandalorians, which would make sense because they take him in and make him one of them.
That would make perfect sense.
I think it could be Yoda. You know what I mean? It would make sense as to why he just had this attachment to the Baby Yoda creature right off the bat. It was very out of character for what they were setting him up to be in that first episode. That would make a lot of sense. Like, he recognizes that species and is like, that's where he feels the attachment.
I hope so. I like that idea.
Or I think they could do Boba Fett. That ties into being one of the Mandalorians. What if it's Boba Fett who ends up saving them? I feel like we have to see Boba Fett at some point. He's the Mandalorian that we really give a fuck about. We gotta see him at some point, and I think we will, and that would be another really cool way to have that scene turn out. I can't wait for them to finish that flashback. So then he's like, fuck, I can't do this. I'm going back, and I'm gonna get that Baby Yoda. And he goes back in this, John Wick, Batman type style. It was crazy. The action, John Wick. It was just like John Wick. He busted in there, and he just took them out, got to Baby Yoda, got Baby Yoda the fuck out of there. I think the action was insane.
I thought it was so fucking good. Oh, God.
So then he escapes from there, and they send, an alert to all the bounty hunters, which reminded me of John Wick 3.
They send the alert to all the hitmen.
All the bounty hunters are after him, and another great action set piece that they end up doing. Just when you think, all hope is lost, and he's looking at Baby Yoda, and they're firing at him.
Oh, such an emotional moment, Jesus Christ.
Mandalorians come in and they save the day, and Mando's like, what are we gonna do now? We have to move our entire spot. The big Mando that he got in a fight with earlier was like, this is the way, this is what we gotta do. We gotta protect our own. If that means we gotta wreck shop and move our entire base,
This is the way.
I think this was the best episode up to that episode.
I watched the episode like 4 fucking times. It was so good.
It was directed by Deborah Chow. Now, Deborah Chow is going to be directing the Obi-Wan series. This was the best episode so far. Such a good episode. Well directed, written, everything. This woman is going to direct the Obi-Wan series. Perfect. I'm even more excited for that Obi-Wan. I really am. Like Deborah Chow.
Hell yeah. You did a great job.
Now let's get on to episode 4. So he ends up going to this planet and he finds like this village to hide, and he ends up meeting that woman from the poster.
You know,
They end up meeting because she's hiding there. It was whatever. Their interaction and how they met, I think it was kind of rushed, but I mean,
whatever.
but it was whatever. They have this scene right after, like, right when they meet, they beat the living shit out of each other.
Oh, it was so funny. I thought it was so funny.
They end up getting along fairly well pretty quick after that, you know? I mean, they're not butt buddies, but they're cool with each other. It's straight, pretty quick, you know? And these villagers show up as he's trying to leave, because he's like, you know, this planet's taken, this woman's already hiding, I gotta get the hell out of here. These villagers show up and they're like trying to offer him money to help fight off these bad guys so they can be in peace, and he's like, nah. And then they're like, we got shelter. And he's
Like shelter.
like, I'm down. And I feel like we've seen this before, you know? Like, this group of people in this town need help from this one guy, and he doesn't really want to do it. He's hesitant, but he ends up saving the whole town, you know? It's like the Westerns.
Wow, that's so funny to me. It's like the Westerns.
He meets this woman villager when he gets there. The woman. She's on his shit off the bat. I thought that was weird. It was a little off-putting. You don't know this guy. You don't know what the fuck he looks like. You don't know he's a good man.
I can tell you're a good man. How? This motherfucker walks in armor looking like the goddamn Terminator. All metal and shit.
I can tell you're a good man. That shit was stupid. She's on his shit right off the bat, but whatever.
Whatever.
Then he ends up asking the chick on the poster. I keep forgetting her name. I'm just gonna keep calling her the chick on the poster. He's like, yeah, I need your help, and he talks her into it pretty quick. Goes by pretty quick, you know, whatever. When they go out investigating, they discover an ATST, this fucking thing.
So they go back and they're like, we're not doing this shit.
The villagers talk them into it, so they end up deciding to train the villagers. This shit was so goddamn funny to me.
Mando's like, but they can learn. It's like, no, they can't. What?
They do it pretty quick. I'm pretty sure they go to battle that fucking night. So they go through this montage of them training the villagers. Another thing that I feel like we've seen before in TV shows, movies. But that woman villager, they have this scene where they're shooting. They're practicing shooting.
I don't know why I'm struggling to get that out. They're practicing shooting.
And she's bomb. She's hitting the fucking center, fucking bullseye center shit. What's that about? You know, are we gonna get an explanation? I don't know. Are you gonna see her again? Because at the end of this, he fucking dipped out. I don't know. I like how they tried to trick the ATST. Oh my god. I wanted to fall into the water and not be able to move, and they just shoot it to shit. It gets to the water, it looks down, it's like...
No.
And they're like, fuck, now what are we gonna do? And then the group of like other villagers,
Monster villagers.
that are attacking them, I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they're called, their purpose really, they're just pricks. They come barging in, they got that ATST. How the fuck did they get that thing? They come rushing in, and there's this whole battle, and of course, like, the villagers, they all win. I don't think there was really any casualties. The whole thing was just stupid. I think that whole scene, it was just silly. I thought it was silly. Whatever, that shit was stupid. I like how in the episode, Mando explains why he doesn't take his helmet off, you know what I mean? Like, he can, and he does, but not around people. But they have this scene right after he explains it to that woman. He's sitting there, he's about to eat, I think. He's looking out the window. As soon as she walks out the door, he takes his shit off, and he's just gazing out at the children. All they have to do is turn their head and be like, oh, that's what he looks like.
He just took it off right there. What the fuck?
So then he's like, he's gonna leave the kid here because it seems to be happier. Blah, blah, blah. You know. The woman tries to get him to stay.
Because I think she loves him.
Then right as, like, it's starting, like, to end, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. You know, I can't stay here. I'm gonna leave the kid here. Another bounty hunter shoots at Baby Yoda. Now, that scene scared the shit out of me. The way it was edited, he gets Baby Yoda in the sight. And he shoots. And as soon as he shoots, like, he had it perfect. It cuts to, like, birds in the sky flying. And I thought for a second that they killed Baby Yoda. I thought for a second.
I would have been devastated.
And I feel like they took the level of cuteness of Baby Yoda and upped it by like 10 in this episode. The cuteness of this little thing was ridiculous.
Why is it so cute? Why?
Little Baby Yoda, the Baby Yoda, baby. So then Mando's like, nah, I'm taking Baby Yoda with me. You know, the lady from the poster's like, you sure you don't want me to come with you? He's like, nah, but we all know she's gonna meet up with him again at some point because she's on the poster, you know? Same with IG-11. I'm still waiting for IG-11 to come back, guys.
I'm still waiting.
Overall, though, I didn't really like this episode. I didn't. I feel like it's been every other episode I'm liking. I really liked the first one. Second one was, okay, whatever. Third one, favorite episode. God, that episode was good. Episode 4, whatever. Episode 4 really felt like a TV show, for sure. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm having a hard time adjusting to TV show version of Star Wars. 30 to 40 minute episodes. The way the pacing is. I'm just not used to that with Star Wars. Maybe I'm having a hard time adjusting. Just didn't really like the way this episode was, but it was very much like a TV show. Directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. This chick, they're just letting everyone direct this shit. Like, you want to direct an episode? Go for it. Maybe that's not a good thing. You know, I'm liking some episodes here and there. Like, the editing and the style is just so up and down, around and round to different people doing it. It's like, it's all over the place, you know? Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe they should stick to 1 or 2 directors to do most of it.
That's a question and a discussion for another time.
Yeah, overall, that's my thoughts on episode 3 and 4 of The Mandalorian. I'm going to try to do this weekly, The Mandalorian Weekly.
Not The Mandalorian bi-weekly.
See what happens next week. But yeah, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. I drop videos as much as I can. Be sure to go like and subscribe to the Power Button podcast in the featured channels tab. Until next time, guys.